guys, my name is Darsh and welcome to D Brothers. Today we're going to be doing mixed numbers. Before we start, don't forget to like and subscribe and hit that notification bell. So let's get started. So what are mixed numbers? Mixed numbers are a combination of whole numbers and fractions. But before we take a look at a mixed number, we should first know what is involved in having a mixed number. So to know mixed numbers, you first need to know proper and improper fractions. So what are proper and improper fractions? An improper fraction is any fraction that is less, a proper fraction is any fraction that is less than one whole. And an improper fraction is any fraction that is more than one whole. So let's see a proper fraction. A proper fraction would be 1/4, as it is less than one whole. Let's see. Yes, it is definitely less than one whole. An improper fraction would be 5/4, as it is more than one whole. We can see that because as I draw this and I cover the whole thing with lines, this is only 4/4. The whole is only 4/4. So we must get another whole, and then we must draw our fourths in it, and then we must shade in one last fourth. And that will give us 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 fourths. So those are proper and improper fractions. But what's a mixed number? So an improper fraction can be turned into a mixed number. So this improper fraction would actually become 1 and 1/4. This is because that's what it is. It's just one whole and then 1/4. So 1 and 1/4. So that's the model for an improper fraction. But how do we do it the procedural way? So let's get another improper fraction here. 8/6. And that will equal to whatever mixed number. But how do we find that exact mixed number? All we really have to do is divide the numerator by the denominator first. That's because, as we learned in a previous video, fractions are just division problems. So I'll draw an equal sign, and then that will equal to 8 divided by 6, right? So let's draw our 8 here, and then division sign 6, and then 6 can go into 8 one time, 6, subtraction, 2, remainder 2. So our answer is 1 remainder 2 for the division problem. But how does that help us make the mixed number? I'll tell you why. This 1 is our one whole, and that 2 is the remaining numerator. Where's the denominator? Well, that's this denominator, of course. So we have 1 and 2/6. But what if you're given a test and it says that you must make a mixed number into an improper fraction? How do you do that? So what you would have to do then is get your mixed number. Oh, and before we get into this, I realized this can be reduced. So let's reduce it, because we always want to reduce anything and everything. So we just bring our 1 over there, and then to reduce we have to find the factoring expressions for those two numbers. So 2 is already a prime number, so we can just write 2 times 3 and 6, no, 2 times 1, and then 6, we can just write 2 times 3, because that is what 6 would become. 2 times 3. Now we can just cancel out the 2's, and then we are left with our answer, 1 1/3. Okay, so our mixed number has now been turned into 1 1/3. So how do we do this? So what you could do is write 1 plus 1/3 first, because that's what it is. It's just 1 whole plus the 1/3. Just like over here, just 1 whole, and then plus 1 1/4. So, and that 1 can now become a 3/3 just so we can add it. And then 1/3, and then that will become 4/3. But that was a long process. How can we make it smaller? Because what if we've got a really, really big number, like 50, and 50 plus 1/3. So we can't keep going like 3/3 plus 3/3 plus 3/3 until we do it 50 times, and then we add on that last 1/3. That will take very, very, very long. So what we can just do there is multiplication, because we know that multiplication is just repeated addition. So 50 times 3/3. But even that is a bit long compared to what we're gonna do. We can actually just multiply the denominator and the whole number, and then we can add the numerator onto that. So that works because the denominator represents how many pieces the whole is divided into. It represents the whole thing. So that times how many wholes we have, that's 1, and then we add on the last number. So then we get 4, because 3 times 1 is 3 plus 1 would be 4, and then we can just have the denominator. And 4/3 is what we got. Now that's 4/3 is not 8/6, but it is. Remember, this can be reduced, and if you reduce it, you would get 4/3. Try it yourself if you doubt it. So that's proper fractions, improper fractions, and mixed numbers. But where can we use them, and where can we use them, and why do they exist? So a proper fraction, that's just a name for any fraction less than 1. You'll see them everywhere. An improper fraction can be used in multiplication and division when you're like, say you have a mixed number, 3 and then 1/3 times 3/1. You can't actually multiply a mixed number by a fraction. That's not possible. But you could turn this into a mixed number, and then you could multiply. So 3 times 3 is 9 plus 1 would equal to 10. You have the denominator, and then times 3/1. And then those will both equal to 30/3, and and that will just equal to 10 because we reduce it, and that will become a whole number, 10. And mixed numbers can be used in addition. Say you have some really big number, and then let's draw some big numbers. So 50 plus 73 over 5 and over 5. So you would get some big number that will just be big, and then you will have a hard time reducing. So to make your life easier, you could turn these into mixed numbers. So 50 divided by 5 would just equal to 10, because 5 times 10 will equal to 50. So we can turn this into 10. And then we can add that to, well, here, so we've got 73 over 5. We can reduce over here. We can divide over here. 73 divided by 5. 5 can go into 7 one time, and then I'll subtract, and then I will get 23. 5 can go into 23 4 times. I will get 20, and then I'll just subtract, and then I'll get 3. 14, remainder 3. That's what this 73 over 5 will become. 14 is our whole number, and then 3 will be our denominator, and then 5 will be our 3 will be our numerator, and 5 will be our denominator, and then we will add those up. 10 plus 14 equals to 24, and then we put the fraction in there, 3 over 5. And yeah, there you have it. That's proper fractions, improper fractions, and mixed numbers. And that's it for today. Bye.